Hey, brother.
Hello.
Am I seeing correctly episode 73 already out?
You are. I wasn't expecting an episode, so I felt I had so much to share from the weekend that I'd do a solo.
Jesus Christ. Okay, fine. Be that way.
We can do a 73A.
Yeah, 73 ain't my ass. So how was the coaching?
The weekend was great. The Friday coaching. It was funny
Yeah.
because I had the Friday coaching with Jamie, and then on the weekend he had his Clarity Live event for the whole weekend. So I was
Okay.
up at 4:30 in the morning both Saturday and Sunday.
Jesus.
Um, but
Take care of yourself.
I was saying to people in the breakout sessions on the weekend that the one-on-one coaching with Jamie was a bit of a letdown in that I'd been so excited about meeting with him one-on-one that I'd expected it to be different than what we'd been experiencing throughout the course with the group coaching,
Yep.
but in a good way, different. Instead, it was different, not necessarily in a bad way, but I realized that whatever it is with the dynamic of the group coaching,
Yeah.
there's so much more energy, and I don't know, like it's a very unique experience that when I was doing the one-on-one with him, it felt like something was missing. It was kind of strange, but it was still good. We
So
had
you have buyer's remorse now?
no, not at all, not at all. But like I explained to him what I've been doing with my eating, from another coaching session that I had,
Yep.
trying foods and stuff. So he basically said, "Well, sounds like you're on a good path with that. So I don't really want to touch it because I don't want to screw it up." So he goes, anything else? And then I talked about the business a little bit and cheese and stuff. Anyway, the long story short, it came down to him just encouraging me to have more conversations. And one of the key points, which I think I intellectually know, I just for some reason I forget to say this at the end of a conversation with people, is the line, "Who else can I talk to?" Right. So the whole point of networking and building, because typically when you're talking to somebody, they'll know somebody, whether it's a friend or a colleague or a relative or whatever, that is having the same kind of problems or wants the same kind of solutions, or I don't know, whatever. But so there's this whole notion of remembering to ask for those referrals. So that was a good takeaway. And then ironically, my phone rang 2 or 3 hours later, and it was my old boss from like 10 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
who's now the CEO at a manufacturing company. And he's looking for some help with, I don't know, management reporting systems and production planning and inventory management, all kind, like just basically every operational thing you can think about.
And
Yeah, he asked me if I'd be interested in doing something for a short period of time, or maybe a few days a week, or I don't know, like I'm not really sure how it's going to be set up. So it's funny because I talked to my wife about it, and of course she was like, "Yeah, this sounds great. Like you'll be able to make some money, blah blah blah." And then I was like, "Yeah, but I feel like this is a test, right? Like this is the universe testing your resolve to your commitment to what you're doing by dangling the carrot in front of you to go back to what you used to do."
what?
So I was
Oh,
like,
but you said it's a contract.
yeah, no, I know.
Imagine
Anyway,
crushing it
so
with Glide.
what's that?
Imagine crushing all of those systems with Glide.
Yeah.
It's like you walk in,
So
it's like, yeah, you don't seem to have a nap. Let me just look into that feed. Oh yeah, there. Now you have a nap. What?
exactly. So anyway, so I've decided, like I texted him back. He wanted me to text him what my hourly rate was going to be,
Yeah.
or my weekly rate, whatever. And so I haven't given him a rate yet. I just said, yeah, I'm interested in learning more about what you're trying to accomplish. So why don't we set up a meeting? We can either do a Zoom call or I can come into the plant. But the way I'm thinking about it now, like I need more information about what exactly it is that he wants to do. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought this isn't so much about going in and building a bunch of tools and whatever, because then when you leave, let's face it, like there'll be no longevity to it. So what I'm thinking that they actually they need somebody to come in and facilitate the creation of all that stuff, but with people that either already work there or new people that they bring in, and build a culture that will sustain it and evolve it and so on. So that's kind of my thinking now going in, is that, it's the turning this opportunity, like he has an idea of what he wants and a path to get there with me involved. My idea is to go in and I'm going to get him where he wants to go, but it's not going to be on the path that he thinks. It's going to be a different path.
Yeah. And, you can turn this into a massive coaching opportunity too.
Exactly. So that's kind of where that's kind of landed. So we'll see what happens with that. I texted him back on Saturday, and hopefully if I don't hear back from him today or tomorrow, I'll reach out to him again. But yeah, it was interesting just how the timing of that, right? Like,
yeah,
you have this conversation with your coach who says you need to talk to more people, and then all of a sudden out of the blue somebody phones you. And it's funny too, because when he phoned me, he was kind of making fun of me, because he goes, I'm like, oh, hello, Greg Fisher. And he's like, oh, can you help me unleash my potential? And I'm like, actually, you've come to the right place. That's exactly what I can do.
Do step into the tent.
Yeah. So anyway, that was kind of cool. And then the weekend was great. I had an idea on the first break on Saturday, because I went and got a cup of tea, and I came back and I was looking at my phone, and an app for the McDonald's Happy Meal came on that has now with stories or toys. So they now have little storybooks that you can get with your Happy Meal.
Yep.
And I thought, fuck, that's like, I know a guy that used to work for me at Pressima is now, I don't know what his title is exactly, I can't remember, but he's in their consumer insights group. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's a manager or a director, but hey, I know somebody at McDonald's head office. I'm going to talk to you, and then maybe we can figure out some kind of plan to say, how can our app be included in their storybook process? Can we include their storybooks on the app? I don't know. Like, there's got to be something. Like, can you imagine if you got in bed with McDonald's on something like this?
No, I actually cannot. I cannot.
You could donate part of the proceeds to the Ronald McDonald House, and like, it could be a win-win-win all around. I'll be the first to admit, it's like, I'm as likely to get struck by lightning when I walk outside as we are to have that happen. But, if you want to get struck by lightning, go out in a lightning storm with a metal rod. So that's what I think we should consider doing. But I put a card on the Trello board to discuss it with you anyway.
I really, I'm not exaggerating. I don't know what that would feel like. The weekend was very good. Yesterday was a scorcher. That was so humid. It wasn't even hot. It was just humid. It was just crazy. Yeah, but then coming back late, it's like, it's.
How late did you come back?
Oh, it was pretty much pitch black by the time we got here. So it's probably around 11-ish. Yeah. And a good thing too. I mean, it started raining like at around 2 a.m. And now I'm looking out the window and it's sunny.
I know.
No, it's like, fuck the forecast. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it rained through the night, but let's see, Arrowhead.
It's the camping's the worst though in the rain.
It is. It's everything's wet in the morning. You can't even sit down on the bench.
Yeah. Like that's why we go to Rockwood and Guelph, because it's only like 45 minutes away. Where we've done that, like a day like this, like it starts raining at at night or whatever, and we just say, screw it, we're going to go home and sleep at home in our beds.
Yeah.
And then in the late morning when the sun comes back out and the it dries up, then we head back up there.
I'm looking at the weather forecast, and what used to be a probability of precipitation of 87% is now 30%.
Mm-hmm.
And this is at the park. Yeah, there's a risk of thunderstorm at around 2 p.m., but that's it.
Yeah.
God damn it. I mean, God damn those people who like they keep their jobs being wrong most of the time.
I know. We went camping with the kids when they were little with all the other families that were at their daycare.
Yep.
Up at Turkey Point. And most of the people there were like, they had trailers and stuff. And we had this little tent. And we got there Friday night, had a good night, had a good day at the beach Saturday. And then Saturday, like mid-afternoon, the sky started getting black. And everyone was looking at the forecast and there's going to be like a massive thunderstorm.
Yeah.
So I talked to my wife and I said, like, let's just get out of here. Like the four of us in that little tent for, even if it's only a few hours and the site's going to be decimated, like it's just going to be not good. So we started packing up and then the other family, oh, where are you guys going? And I'm like, yeah, if four of us go in that tent for a thunderstorm, four of us will not be coming out. So we're just going to pack up and go home. And the kids were crying and stuff. But then it like literally as we pulled out of the campsite, the skies opened up and it was just like torrential downpour. And we were like, thank God we packed up.
Yeah, so, like when it pours, but it really comes down, it's not fun at all.
No, well, and your whole site is just all your wood's wet. The whole site is just a big mud puddle. I don't know.
Yeah, and then especially that's
and then
true.
the bugs are terrible. It's just like why am I paying money to do this?
No, that is all true. But then it's
well, did you at least get to enjoy your day yesterday though?
Yeah, it's a good change of pace. It's a good change of pace, really. It's nice to be in the in nature. And Arrowhead is actually on the 400, so it's not that on the 400. Yeah, it's not that far. It's just to drive.
Yeah, but was it traffic bad? That's the problem with the 400 is
no
traffic.
No, it was okay.
Yeah,
it's I mean, yeah, there was a couple of slowdowns, but no, in general it was okay. So yeah, it's fucking forecast, huh? And the money's been paid. It's just it's almost like I want to file a claim against the weather service.
I know.
Oh well, yeah. So
have you gone on and seen what the traffic's looked like on the site? Is there any activity?
So let's refresh that now. No, I haven't because I haven't been close to any.
Presuming because I didn't get any emails, that means we didn't sell anything.
Oh, it was at a sale?
No, that's a lady from my coaching course sending me a message.
And this is terrible, man. It's like it never happened. Can there be negative traffic? 17. Let's do 16 till Sunday. Well, there are page views. The bounce rate is now going up. This is probably from all of the posts that you've done on LinkedIn and so forth. Fuck. Yeah, this was a good kick in the nuts.
Yeah, well, you know what they say, when you get kicked in the nuts, you got to get back up.
You do. Something tells me, like with your story about with the gentleman reaching out to you, and I'm having an interview with that lady again on Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to be crafty about the opening lines, but I can't help like by saying like I cannot imagine that we're talking again. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that, but yeah.
You should say something like I don't know, I'm a little surprised that we're talking because I honestly didn't know if our conversation went that well. So I'm curious
See, that's the thing. I'm going around saying the same lines, but I'm going to say that I know our conversation didn't go well.
Yeah, but I'm curious. I'm curious what it was about our conversation that made you want to have another one. Or there's also the line of thinking that says don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah, that's where I am. Look at this. I remember you and I were contemplating if we need 1,500.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a shame.
It's funny because I was talking to, like, on Father's Day, my father-in-law and my brother-in-law came over.
Yep.
And I was talking to my brother-in-law about it. And I mean, his kids are old now, but you know, again, like he was like, oh, that sounds like a great idea. You know, like all the same stuff we'd heard before. Like it's almost worse, right? Like you'd almost like to be told, you know what, your idea is shit.
Exactly. Exactly.
Anyway, do you want to open the Trello board there? Because there was another idea I had that I wanted to talk to you about.
No, it's like. Okay, this is what we're talking about. So you're gonna reach out to him?
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to the guy I know there, and basically, I'm just gonna ask him if who would I talk to if he'll give me a contact.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, you know, I don't. I mean, if he wants to connect me with somebody, great. But I have no expectation of him getting involved.
Yeah.
Nor would it. I don't think he has any sway either way. There's been a couple posts on the group here too.
Yeah, I've seen them, and yeah, we got to change it to private. This is one. Let's change what happened in 3 days. Yeah, then posts. Where's the approval member posts on? Oh, yeah, I saw that and I was like, Jesus, it's like becoming car service. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's that one, a Fiverr guy. He'll write us books for $5.
That's cute, and he uses
Playmobil images.
Yeah. Non authorized. Remove post.
There was another one this morning, I thought, but it's not. I don't see it there anymore. Is it not there at the top? No, I guess not. Did you remove one already?
Huh?
Did you remove another one?
No, I removed just one.
Oh.
So, yep.
Yeah, because there was another one with a fox, a picture of a fox on it. It was like some story about a fox and an alligator, and but I guess it's been deleted. Or maybe when you switch to private, maybe it did something. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, that it's interesting how that works.
So this one, contact Amy Bell about her children's story.
Yeah.
So this is my niece that did my caricature thing, my animation. So this is her book that she did a co-op placement during her first program at college.
Yeah.
And so this guy runs a karate dojo or something, but he does these books on as like a side business. So anyway, I emailed her and asked her, I told her about the app and said, we're contemplating whether we should deliver the app with a book already narrated. And would she reach out, would she talk to him about, us using his book? So anyway, she replied to my email and said, yeah, she'll get in touch with him and let me know. So, we may have a legitimate book that we could add in.
It's just, it's great, but it's not a traffic generating activity.
Well,
but it's a great carrot, and it's a good exposure for them.
Yeah, it's a selling proposition opportunity, I guess.
I guess it is. Yeah, you know what? Because you're essentially selling a book with an app.
Yeah. Well, the book itself isn't there. I mean, the picture of the book is in the narration of the book, but it gives somebody something to use.
Yeah. Right out of the box.
As an example, right out of the box. And there can be a link for them to buy the book itself. And I mean, when I talk to them, maybe there'll be some kind of a promo code or something associated with getting that book. I don't know. But it's just another angle.
Yeah.
And then what else did I do on Friday?
Oh, what did Jamie say? Hold on. I forgot to ask you. So what happened with the beta test on the Jamie app?
Yeah, so the test ended yesterday. So everyone got an email yesterday with a link to a survey and to a booking thing to book interviews with me.
Yeah.
And then I posted on the Facebook group this morning again, just saying, hey, the test is over. Check your email for that message and the link and so on. I had one lady email me. So she signed up after the fact. So she's not on the auto email. So I've been emailing her separately, but she emailed me yesterday saying, hi, Greg. It's been a marvelous little tool for quick reference, handy tips, and practical reminders. Thank you. So I replied to her email with the link to the survey and the thing. So, but that's a pretty positive first comment I've gotten back.
I'm jaded, man. I'm jaded.
It'll be the next, I'll see that today and tomorrow how many people sign up for interviews. If nobody signs up or does the survey, then I'll have to start reaching out to people.
Yeah.
Directly. I mean, I'm hoping that because it's been posted in the group where Jamie's part of the group.
Yes.
That they feel some more of an obligation to him than they do to me. Obviously. When I met with Jamie on Friday, I told him, the thing's coming to an end on the weekend and I'm going to collect the data and then him and I will reconnect. And he seemed excited about it and genuinely curious to hear what people have to say. And I thanked him for the opportunity, and he said he goes, well, thank you for putting all the time and effort into building it, and he can't wait to see what comes out of it. I'm just on the call.
I just need to ask if you want to make something sturdy, metal or wood for my project.
Metal. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. That was a more positive email than I was expecting based on just looking at the analytics, because especially the last 3 or 4 days, nobody's been on it. But I was thinking about it over the weekend too, like just the amount of content that he generated over the course of 2 days on the weekend, in terms of quotes or key little sections and things that could go into this app. Like, to me, it just again re-energizes my thinking around how great it would be to be able to take the audio from these 2-day events and like slice and dice it and feed it back to people within the app. So you'd almost have like a section in the app that has new content or that's specific to certain events or whatever.
Yeah.
That they can quickly access. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be one big piece of it is, do people like it and find a use for it and would they want it? And then the second piece is the business case part of it. Like how would Jamie want to integrate this into what it is that he does?
That would be like, even if he picks it up on the basis of just being a freebie and partner to his courses.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. That would be quite amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Even like if he said to me, he goes, I'll just pay you to populate it and maintain it.
Yep.
And give him a price. I mean, it's not what I want. Because I'd rather do that and have the higher earning potential of something that can grow more exponentially, I guess. But it's a good start. And even if that's the way it goes, it still means it could be a viable tool for other people to do what Jamie does, not necessarily in coaching, but in other ways too. That then maybe that's the point of leverage, and you start getting endorsements and things from Jamie about your ability to deliver something like this, then that puts you in a whole different level. It raises the game for you too, right? So
it's true. That's actually a very good point.
When you go to people and say, yeah, it's Greg and Vadim, we can build you an app, versus Greg and Vadim, we can build you an app just like we did for Sunday Times bestselling author Jamie Smart. It's a different pitch.
I concur. That does sound substantial.
Yeah.
So, well, before any of that happens, I need to contact my car shop because check engine light went on in my car, so that's has to be taken care of. It's one of those. I always remember The Big Bang Theory. I don't know if you watched it, but it was a quote.
Not religiously, but enough to know a lot of the episodes.
It was the one of the quotes that Penny had is like, I really need to put a sticker over it.
Yeah,
so it doesn't annoy anyone.
I had a cab ride home from a Jays game or a Leafs game one day from Toronto. Yeah. And the guy literally, he had a black tape over like the seatbelt warning, the engine warning, the brake warning, like every warning light on it, because I was sitting in the passenger seat in the front.
Yeah.
So I could see kind of on an angle in behind all this like tape that he had on his.
The lights were on?
Every light on his console was on. And I was thinking to myself, and the way he was driving too, I was like, are we even going to make it home or are we going to die? Like every system in this car is warning lights on.
And then they ask why Uber is such a pain in the butt for taxi world.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is episode 73A.
Yeah. Well, if you want to just record it and then throw it onto the drive.
Yeah.
And then I'll put it into the file that I already made.
You just merge the two?
Yeah, and then I'll just upload it again.
Okay.
I'm sure nobody's watched it yet, so.
Oh wow, yeah. They would be devastated to miss this precious piece.
And then you can take over tomorrow. Do you want to talk about July 4th ads, or what's your thinking?
Oh yeah, we were going to touch on that. So I think we should, and the way we're gonna do is, so we, with the iOS launch, conversion ads on Facebook, they don't really work out that great. So so what happens is people click, they go onto your site, they do whatever they need to do, but then they don't necessarily track that as a conversion.
Yeah.
So the Facebook algorithm does not optimize it to the best performing version. However, we only have one version.
Yeah.
So the one that you've created. So I think that's absolutely fine. So this is, so what we can do is we can set it up. So we're what, 21st? So we can set it up, actually, we can use the time tomorrow and set it up live.
Yeah.
And then schedule it to run, let's say, from the 28th to the 3rd.
Okay.
And see how it goes. Attached budget. By the way, you've been, whatever you've been spending, you've attached to that financial sheet, right?
I haven't put anything in there yet, but I don't think the only thing I got is the whatever glide.
Yeah.
I can probably look at the bill on online in the billing section.
Yeah, so you know the Canadian amount, yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't think their billing that section actually shows the Canadian amount. I got to look on my credit card statement.
Yeah. So let's set it up tomorrow, and then we'll schedule it and we'll run.
Right. Just Facebook, or you mentioned Google and Bing before?
Google and Bing. Well, yeah, I was thinking of Google and Bing, but remember. So my point is that Google and Bing are search engines. So what do you search for? It's like gifts for dad, right?
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Share my screen quickly.
Well, or I mean, we were talking about that the other day. Like, what do you, for the military thing? Like, what is the keywords? And I was like, yeah, that's a good question.
Well, yeah, you're not going to search military.
Yeah. No, but what I'm thinking is, what is it that military families are searching? Right. So like, there's two things that I see commercials for all the time on Fox, which is USAA, which is like a mortgage company that gives mortgages to active and veteran service people. There's the what's it called? Tunnel for Towers, something, which is like they pay the mortgages for fallen soldiers' families. Anyway, there's a bunch of things that our target audience is looking for that they're not specifically looking for what we're selling, but they're looking, we know, if you know what they're looking for, is that a good place to put things? I don't know. I did some more of my Instagram things, messages to people on Friday, to no avail, but that's all right.
Yeah, this is the challenge. I'm sure. Oh man, I'll think about it. Do I have anyone who's? I don't think I know anyone who's in the military.
I reached out to there was a Facebook group. Let me see, what were they called? I think I posted it in the Trello board, but it was
just shuttered.
USA Military Families was the name of the group. I sent them a message in Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
Saying so it's like a direct message to whoever is managing that group, I guess, is who gets it.
Yeah. Did you get a response?
No. I said, I'm reaching out to you because I have built a new app called Storytime that brings together storybooks and loved ones' voices to create a special experience that children love. It's perfect for mom and dads that are serving and away from their little ones for extended periods. We have an affiliate program and are looking for partners that can help get this app into the hands of those that can benefit from it. You can learn more at website link. Thanks for your consideration, and thanks to all the families in this group for their service and sacrifice.
That's very strong ending there.
And it's funny because I was kind of like laughing to myself because when I put the link solobusiness.ca, because this is all American, I'm thinking like, is the CA thing gonna, like I normally have been the one arguing that URLs don't matter. And maybe they don't, I'm not sure, but anyway, I gotta go walk the dog in a couple minutes.
Yeah, well, let's wrap this up. I need to make sure that I can get to the auto service today.
All right.
Man, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, so just drop the file on the drive.
Will
and
do. Yeah.
post it. All right, man.
See you back.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Hello and good morning. Flying solo today. Vadim's off enjoying some time off camping with his family. It's a bit of a rainy morning today here, so I'm not sure where he's at, but hopefully he's avoiding the rain. Nothing's worse than camping in the rain, both for the wetness and the bugs. Anyway, I didn't want to pass up the opportunity to share some stuff with the audience here about my weekend. I was on a 2-day course with Jamie Smart in the Clarity community that he runs, which is part of the coaching training program that I've been on. Anyway, I just made a few notes, and there's a few kind of cool insights I had over the weekend that I thought I'd share this morning. One is this whole notion of getting comfortable being uncomfortable and embracing the unknown, looking towards the unknown, with the premise being that all the answers, all the solutions that you're looking for are going to be found in the unknown, where you're not comfortable. And it's funny because the discomfort of that place keeps most of us from even exploring that. So it's, part of my role as a coach is to be comfortable going there myself, but also taking my clients there into the uncomfortableness, exploring things. It's kind of like, you're in the right place when you feel that discomfort, and to have the courage to stay there and see what comes up. So that was kind of one kind of cool takeaway. The other was a lady shared a story about her background as a teacher, and as she's getting into coaching, she finds she's teaching over coaching moments. And on one of the breaks, I was out making myself a cup of tea, and I realized that I do that a lot with my kids. I it was Father's Day yesterday, and I love being a dad. It's like the favorite part of my life. And I started thinking about what she was saying, thinking that, I do that often with my kids. I teach over coaching moments, and a coaching moment really is a moment that is for somebody to learn something from within themselves. So in other words, that's not when you should be teaching or sharing information. You should be listening and connecting. And it was just kind of an eye opener for me. And I shared that with my kids later in the day, that I'm going to endeavor to allow coaching moments to be quiet and connected moments, and not ruin them with spewing information and teaching. So that was kind of a cool little moment as well. We had some amazing guest speakers as well. There was a gentleman from Australia named Chris Jackson, who talked a whole bunch of stuff. But Jamie asked him about his purpose, and he actually said he's working from a place before purpose. That purpose is like something from the world of form. He's so connected with the universal energy of all things that he can adapt different purposes for different situations depending on who he's working with and so on. And I kind of like that idea of like, you can purpose is just a label that we put on something to give it definition or whatever, that you can operate from a place before a purpose even exists. So that's kind of something I still need to think more about and contemplate. And then we had another person, Simon Alexander Ong, who was an amazing speaker. And he talked about how society and our upbringing gives us this definition of success that we strive for, but it's an illusion. It's not it's not really what we should be striving for. We need to come up with our own definition of success and strive towards that. And he said something here, as human beings, we're both the sculpture and the sculptor at the same time. So it's like it's the notion of we're working on ourselves. We're the sculpture and the sculptor at the same time. So think about that one for a little while. So is there here? Simplicity is the ultimate complexity, which really resonated for me. Like the app that Vadim and I just built, Storytime. It's very, very simple, but what that means is in the back end, behind the scenes, it's much more complex than people would give it credit for. And I find, like, when I look back at my career, most of the best stuff that I produced, the end product was very simple, and that was the beauty of it. But to get there was a hell of a lot of work and very complex. And then the last thing I'll share is just this. This was also from Simon, which was, most people think that silence is empty, but it's actually full of answers. So again, that ties back to the whole staying in that place of discomfort. People find it's called the awkward silence for a reason, because people find it awkward. But if you can just sit there in silence with somebody for a while and get quiet and let your innate wisdom come through, then there's so many answers in that silence. And I've certainly found that to be true in the last 3 months as I've gotten into this style of coaching. So anyway, if any of that interests you, or you want to learn more, leave a comment or reach out to me on social media. I'm always available to have a coaching conversation with folks. So, just type coaching, please, in the comments, either on this video or on one of my social media channels, and I'll get back to you. Anyway, have a great Monday, and we'll see you again tomorrow.